Hi everyone and welcome back to Amplify. In today's episode we're gonna talk to a digital artist who was amplified by another digital artist. So without me talking too much, just take a look at the previously on Amplify.
Who do you want to amplify?
Okay. Oh yeah, there's one. His name on Instagram is Tinda ART.
So as you probably already understood, I did reach out to Isaac from Tinda ART and he agreed to play the game. So let's go!
Now, I like to let know my interviewees if I'm recording because you never know if somebody doesn't like it. But anyway, so I'm Eric. I'm calling you now from Ukraine. I'm currently in a city called Lviv. I'm visiting here my friend, and the project that I wanted to interview you for, it's called Amplify, and you've been nominated by Lemony the First. So here we are today. I'm happy to hear you. Where are you connecting from?
I'm connecting from Nairobi, Kenya. Yeah, it's where I grew up, where I've been living all my life.
So you grew up there and you also studied there, yeah?
Yeah, I grew up there. I studied there. So when it comes to studying, I've been all over the place. Still in the country, but just different places. Yeah.
And what did you study?
I studied education, mathematics, and business, and then I majored in statistics. But I still did art. A lot of it, though, it was self-taught.
So what makes a boy graduate from statistics and go into art? Because I've seen on your Instagram that you're making art. I would like to talk about that art a bit more. What is it, and how long you've been doing that?
I've been doing art since I was a kid. I've just loved drawing. When I got to campus, I just continued. I couldn't even stop. So when I was studying, I was still drawing. I started learning new things. I started getting now into digital art.
And how do you call that kind of art? It's like it's digital art, but it's not. It doesn't look like it's like a watercolor. So it's. Is there a specific name to that art?
It's digital illustrations, and I have no specific style. So I'm just all over the place, doing digital illustrations, animations, flat art, and everything else that concerns digital art. I'm all over the place.
But it's nice. It's nice because you have lots of them, and the recent one that I liked was called Open-Minded, and it was very nice. I wanted to discuss with you what was the idea behind, or what inspired you to draw this one.
Open-minded. It was an experiment. I was trying to do an experiment on just blending colors and just give that feeling of being open-minded. To give that feeling of the mind is open. You are open to. It's been something that has been with me in this year. So many things have happened, and so I've been jumping at a lot of opportunities which I've been seeing. So it's about just being like that, open-minded to the opportunities that are coming your way, whether you are fully qualified or you just know a bit of it, you just jump into it. And so that was the idea behind it.
Is there something political in there, or it's really only jumping into opportunities that are coming your way?
It was not necessarily political. It was just being open-minded. Though it was supposed to be a series. There was another one which was supposed to be politically motivated, especially with social media and everything, but I didn't do it first. I wanted to do open-minded as an experiment and then see how it will turn out. Yeah, and then now work on the other one. It will be on once I'm done. I'll post it for the world to see.
And the other one was I Don't See Colors, The Sale. Tell me about that one.
Now that one is politically motivated. Yeah, it's been a year for the Black Lives Matter movement all over the country, all over all over the country, all over the world, even in from West to Nigeria. So what I noticed during all these protests was there was a lot of there was a lot of capitalizing on the issues of Black people. So I don't see color was supposed to, I called it specifically the cell because it was supposed to depict how people, they ignore the issues of the people, but they tend to capitalize on them because they will put on hashtags just under their merchandises. They will make merchandises and then sell them using the hashtags or using the movements. And it's happening a lot. It's not only towards the Black Lives Matter movement, but it is everywhere. It is on every movement from the LGBTQ movement to all those other movements. So it's just the people capitalizing on, they're capitalizing on the issues of other people. And then the person, I decided to do the person in grayscale to make them blend with the background so that you can see them, but you can't really see them at the same time. That was the motivation behind it.
Yeah, indeed. Everywhere now, it's. I mean, all around the world, we see Black Lives Matters, Black Lives Matter, and indeed the problem is that people put the tag and sell it, and they make sales of it, and so it's we don't see, and we tend to be confused. Who should we follow? Who should we respect in this case? The brand because they put it on their packaging. What about your sales? How do you do the numbers, or how do you work with people? Do you propose your services to somebody to create illustrations for a project, or how does it work in your case?
In my case, I mostly freelance the illustrations, but that is most of my freelance illustrations. I don't post them. I mostly post just my own work. I don't know why. So yeah, it's just like that. So most of the work that I do for others, I don't usually post because it's mainly the idea. It's not my idea. And even sometimes when someone asks me to explain, I couldn't do it. So I usually post something that if someone comes to me and is like, what motivated you to do this? I can give them a direct explanation. Yeah.
By saying that you are a freelancer, are you registered on some platforms for freelancers?
I'm on Fiverr, but I haven't checked on it in a long while. Most of the work that I get is from the interactions I get on my profile or on the other places that I'm on. So, or even just friends, they recommend me somewhere and then they see my work and I'm able to do more. Yeah.
So I'm coming more from bookish world and from musician world, and I was wondering if some of the musicians want to feature your art as a single cover art. Would you be interested in working with somebody?
Yeah, I'd be interested. I'd be interested in working with people. Sometimes it's good to get out of your comfort zone, and it's what I've been trying to do this year, being open-minded. Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting to know, because we musicians, we always have, when we complete a track, we also have to make a single cover art to upload the song on Spotify or upload it on iTunes. And lots of times, I don't know how the others, but my constant challenge is to, what do I put on that picture? that's my constant challenge. What is your plan for 2021?
My plan for 2021 is I want to get more into animation as a storytelling tool. I've been trying to get into it, but I've just been delaying and procrastinating, focusing on other things, but I want to get into it more. Yeah. I want to get into animation as a storytelling tool in short stories and short films and things like that, so that I can be able even to explain more using my art instead of waiting for a person to just interpret for themselves what they see.
Yeah, but that's interesting. You gonna go to school or how?
Going back to school is part of my plan because even as a self-taught artist, there are some things whereby you can't really find the content out there that is dealing with specifically what you want to know. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
go back to school and then I'll get the general overview of everything. Then I'm
Mm-hmm.
able now to specifically go into now what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. And
Mm,
can you explain your how drawing goes into your daily life?
I don't exactly do it every day, but I try to do it a few times a week. Usually, I just find something to do that will take me a couple of days, maybe, so that I can just keep on doing it progressively, but not on a daily basis. On a daily basis, that's a bit difficult.
What do you do now on daily basis? Do you have like a day job somewhere, or how does it work?
Yeah, I have a day job somewhere, and then yeah, I have a day job somewhere. Most of the times my time is taken up, so I always try to make sure that I create now the time myself to draw something.
I have the feeling that we all, we are all artists and everybody has a day job. I was so surprised recently. I had an interview with the horror writer, Stuart James, and he wrote like 5 horror stories, horror books already, and published. He's a published writer, and he doesn't have an agent. Sorry, I have my best friend's cat here just on my left. I don't know if you see it, but anyway, and he doesn't have an agent, and he still has a day job, and he works as a plumber.
When I'm writing, I normally get up about 5:30, and I will write till about 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm a plumber, part-time plumber. I can kind of live off the writing now, but I'm a part-time plumber, so I do a few jobs during the day, and then I come home about 5, and then I'll write till about 7.
Plumber. I mean, you cannot get more inspiration. That's why I also created the project to inspire others, but to also inspire myself, because I mean, it doesn't necessarily, all you have to do is to be just one direction and you just write. You can have a day job but also write and be a published author. So
Yeah.
it's absolutely good. And by doing the thing that you love every day, you also create kind of a dream life for yourself, because if there is something that you dreamed of doing, like to be a writer or to be an illustrator, and if you do it every day, I would say that that's the life, that's your dream, that you're living. So I think it's pretty important to understand that if there is something you like to do it every day and never put it away for, and think and always wait for a better time, but just say
There
do
is
it
no
every
better
day.
time.
Yeah, there is no better time for sure.
No
And
time.
what about inspiration? Where, how does it work in your case?
Inspiration. I recently realized that a lot of my inspiration comes from music. A lot of it comes from music. There is something about music, from the lyrics to the beats. It just communicates to you, and then it gives me an idea, and I'm able to put down something. Sometimes it's random music that when I have never heard before. Sometimes it's just house music, and you're just sitting there and you get an idea for something, and you're able to do it, or it enables you to, it clears your mind and enables you to now focus directly on know what you want to do exactly. When you're thinking of a specific idea, you're able to do it. I also find a lot of inspiration from other artists, especially those who are also maybe animating music videos. Yeah, they give a lot of ideas out there. So you're able to look and you're able now to compare and to see if something relates to what you want to do.
Is there a new artist or new song? No, I mean new musician or new song that you've been listening to recently that you are inspired by?
Yeah, I've been inspired by a lot of music from all over the world. Um, There are a lot of musicians on my mind right now.
Yeah, okay,
So
yeah.
there are a lot of musicians that I've been listening to, and they've been helping me in trying to do projects. And each different project has like a different background music to it, and that's how I view it. Yeah.
Isaac, I have a question. If I
Mm.
want to start studying, no, if I want to start drawing, what do you recommend me to do? Do you recommend me to take a class somewhere, or just go on YouTube and check some particular schools, or what should I do now?
Uh, if it, I think it all depends on a person's level of skill. If you are, let's say for example, you had been drawing as a kid, and so you have like the basics of the pencil, and you just have the general idea of what drawing involves, you will go into it yourself, do the practice yourself. There are a lot of books, there are a lot of videos whereby you can learn for yourself. But if you are completely new to drawing, I would recommend finding a tutor or going to school. It will be much easier for you that way, because it gets hard sometimes to do it. And if you don't have and having a tutor at school gives you the kind of discipline that you will need in order to begin. If you don't have that discipline when you're starting, you won't be able to do it very well. So you may need an institution to give you that sort of discipline to keep you up with time, deadlines, projects, assignments, so that you can develop that skill on yourself. But if you're confident in your own drawing, but you stop for some time and you want to go back, you could do it yourself.
Did I understand it correctly? If I don't draw at all and I want to learn, nothing will help me more than a private tutor. I mean, somebody. I won't be able to study this through online class where there is no feedback. I really need to have a tutor.
It will help having a tutor, because since you're starting, you'll need to know the general direction that you're going to, and without a tutor, you might get lost easily. Because even for experienced artists, or even for someone like me, I'm not experienced, but even as I try to look into new things, one challenge that is there is there are a lot of sources on the internet, and it can be overwhelming sometimes, because you get into drawing and then you'll find someone is doing character drawing, another one is doing realistic drawing, another one is just doing random cartoons, and you might be stuck because you won't know exactly what you want to do. So having a tutor will help you find your direction first, and then once you have your direction, maybe now you can go to the online sources to help you in that specific direction. They can make it easier. But if you're beginning, going can be a bit overwhelming for you. Yeah.
And what about the tools? Do I need a specific tool program to be set up on my PC in which I can do that? Do you use something very specific?
That's the thing. There is no specific thing. It's all just about skill. It's all about knowing how to interpret knowing how to put out there what you want to say. There are those who do it via pencil. There are those who do it via digital programs like me. And then when you start doing this, when you start using these programs, you realize that most of them are almost the same. So it's up to you now to just know what you want to do. So the tool doesn't matter a lot. People are doing a lot of things out there. There are some who even use knitting, and they're doing really amazing stuff.
Which tool are you using? Which program?
For me, I use pencil. And then with the programs I use GIMP, Photoshop, Illustrator. They basically do almost the same work. I don't see any difference between. There is no major difference between those programs. So it's all about which one you're used to. And then in animation, there is Photoshop, there is animate and After Effects. So I'm trying to look into programs that will help me do it easier.
That's nice. So we are coming to the end of our chat, and I was wondering, who do you want to amplify?
Oh, that's a difficult question. I know so many people who are doing their own thing right now, but
They don't need to be specifically artists. They can be entrepreneurs or somebody, who you would like to support in this. Yeah, probably you want to support a lot of people now. The country doesn't matter. I just really want to create a chain reaction of positivity, and to give more shout out to people that are really working hard on mastering, not really mastering their craft, but to finding their spot under the sun as an artist and as an entrepreneur and as a writer or as whoever else. But just, it's not that easy now. So
I've been thinking on it for a while. I like to amplify Longaves. He's a friend of mine. He's a poet.
wow.
He does really awesome stuff. But yeah, he's been trying to push himself to do more, but he hasn't been able to. Um, he's really trying to find the inspiration because he was writing a lot when we were in campus, and then when you get out of campus, the situations change, and he's now trying to get back into writing. So I think by amplifying him, it will be able to push him to do his work even more.
Well, I see
Yeah.
that just slowly, really. My heart is melting. It's such nice word.
His name is Longaves Dibondo.
Okay, so I will be contacting him and trying to get him on my interview. Last question, where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, obviously, the Tinda ART on Instagram. I'm also on Art Station, where I use my name on my ID and on my other public identification platforms. Isaac Musia. I'm majorly there. I also have a website, but I haven't fully launched it yet because I haven't really found the projects that I want to put on there. So, but I'll be launching it soon. So those are my major platform, and also I'm on Twitter as Tinda ART also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much for finding time and connecting from Kenya today. And
You're welcome.
and so I'm sending you, I don't know if it's hot there or no right now, but it's like -5 in where I am today. But I have a cat on my laps and it's feeling warm. Thanks again, and I'm wishing you a good day and hear you probably soon somewhere on Instagram.